Hello investors, I'm Stuart Kruse and welcome to Kruse Asset Management's Fitness Friday. This is going to be a stretch of a connection between fitness and the portfolio, but I'm going to try and make it anyway. So we all know that when we work out hard, you need to have recovery. You need to have rest and relaxation. You need to have your time for your muscles to restore and heal in order for them to grow. That's well documented. If you overtrain, you actually create more damage and lose traction rather than moving forward. So make sure you get your rest and recovery. That's usually not a problem. Most people don't overtrain, but it is important. So how are we going to shift this into the financial aspect? Well, what is more like rest and recovery than the cannabis space, right? Now, I'm not suggesting cannabis is good for you for your rest and recovery and your fitness. We're just going to talk about a sector that we haven't spoken about before here at KAM. So let's go to the charts here. And right now I have on the chart the S&P 500. And this is about an 18-month chart. Goes back to July of 2019. As you can see, we're up 27% during that time period. Now, around this period, I was getting my clients and investors saying, I need to get into the cannabis space. I have to get there. I know that this is going to take off. I know it's going to be popular. And was it? Yes, absolutely. Marijuana is popular. Was the internet a big thing during the internet bubble? Were we thinking, when we were thinking in the late 90s that the internet was going to change everything, were the investors right? Well, you're 100% right that the internet has changed absolutely everything we did, but the investors were wrong at that time. So you can get the theme right and the timing wrong. So when people were clamoring to get into the cannabis space and overcrowding that area, what happened? Well, let's take a look at how some of these played out. Because if you recall, during the internet bust, 90% of all internet.com companies went out of business, and most of these tech mutual funds lost 90% of their value. Lo and behold, if we look at, let's say, Aurora Cannabis, TLRY, SNDL, Skylife Ventures, what do we see? We see losses in the 90% range, 85, 90, 78% range. So going back to this March dip, if you added up the market caps of all of these companies, I'm going to post that right now, the market caps of all of these companies back to right here was lost 91% of the valuation. So you could be right that the space is prime, but you could be off on the timing. So let's reduce the market cap, and here we look at this humongous loss. But if we change the time frame back from 18 months out to, let's say, 3 months, well, look what we have. We've got some life in this space. Sundial's up. All these other names are up 50%, 30%, 21%. So how can you tell? Well, you have to look at both the fundamentals and the technicals. And we talked about technicals recently, so let's go to a chart, a different chart, so we can clearly show you what some technicals can do for you. So up on this chart, I have Aurora Cannabis, and I've shown this chart before. So this is, each one of these candlesticks is a month. So this line is a 10-month moving average. And when this candlestick closes below the 10-month moving average, and this MACD is negative, and you have a downward trend, almost hit it right here. But let's say we don't hit it to right here. Below the 10-month moving average, the MACD is clearly red, and this is in a downward trend. If you had sold, you would have missed all of this pain. Now, keep in mind, each one of these candlesticks is a month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So about a year and a half, 18 months or so of pain in the cannabis space and sidestepping 80 to 90% of the losses on this. Now, conversely, we're looking at a move up. The MACD is positive, turned green, and this is starting to trend up. Now, I would like for this to be above the 20 line, the stochastic to be above the 20 line, but still, this looks like a nice trend reversal. And if we go to TLRY, TLRY, you have a similar situation where you're below the 10-month moving average here. The MACD is negative. Down, 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 and now we look like the trend is reversing, turning positive. So the MACD is up, you're above the 10-month moving average, and you have a upward positive sloping line there. So in the cannabis space, it looks like you're getting a turnaround. So if you really want to invest in cannabis, now would probably be the right time, rather than 18 months ago when everybody was clamoring to get in and it was overcrowded. Now you're not hearing so much about it and you're seeing a turnaround. So if you're looking for a long-term investment and this is a space you want to be in, now would be a better opportunity than at any other time before. Okay, this is Stuart Kruse with Fitness Friday, linking cannabis and recovery on your workouts, but don't smoke pot when you're trying to work out and get in shape. Helping you to live the life with your odds in your favor.